We put our politicians on this pedestal, and they're like tin soldiers, and we think they've got the answers to everything, and we're looking for them for guidance, but they're just as they know just as much about this as we do, man. You know what I mean? I definitely think there is some change happening slightly within the governing parties here, because they're seeing their popularity is dropping big time. And so today we had our Prime Minister, for the first time that I know of, kind of give us some pathway out of this. But the pathway still includes 80% vaccination, and but I just don't think they're ever going to get that 80%, man. So
it's tough to trust them too, because I don't know in your country. I mean, I've been following more than most, but in ours they said 15 days to slow the spread. This is when Trump was president. Fauci, we had all these people on TV. Then they extended it past Easter. Then it broke down to all 50 states doing their thing, and then the mask mandate came, and then they said we just got to get the vaccine available, and then we'll let you be free. And then the vaccines got available, and they got crazier. So I'm sure it's probably similar there, where it's like if this was a normal element, especially in Australia, where you guys trust the government even more, people would be like, that sounds pretty reasonable, but like they've lied so many times, and they've extended their lockdown, I know, in Australia so many times, where it's like, does anybody actually believe them? I don't know.
That's what's so frustrating, is so many people do believe them, right? And then, so what they do here, they do like these small incremental lockdowns, like 3 days. And, but we know when that 3 days is up, they're going to extend it again. But if they say a week sounds a lot bigger, a lot worse than 3 days, So you hear,
How do people not realize that they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's like, fool me 10,000 times. Like, how do people not get it yet? How many times did they extend the 3 days?
Fucking hell.
Man. And that is the most frustrating thing, And you don't even have to be like woke or conspiracy theorist or whatever to see any of this thing. I actually see these people now as the conspiracy theorists, as if that's not the biggest conspiracy of all time, these 3-day lockdowns, and it's out of control, man. But I think it's a really divisive tactic, because we see it dividing people in their own family. Like I've seen it here within my own relationship. My partner wants me to conform, and it creates issues, on a family household level. But I believe that when it comes to my family and stuff, I conform sometimes to her within our own personal space, but in public, I'm not going to do that, So I'm not going to let it create a divide in my own home and amongst my friends, amongst my family. So I'm very picky and choosy who I discuss it with.
Easy.
But when it comes to work, when it comes to my, entering the shopping centers and stuff like that, man, I'm not, I'm balls to the wall. I'm not going to comply with any of this stuff, And like I said, we can't be too headstrong with our loved ones. I think, whatever. I do think you have to. It's become that dangerous in people's minds that you could lose your relationship with your kids. You could lose your relationship with your mum. Because you just completely polar opposite agreement. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm willing to. It's a fine line to balance that. I don't want them to divide, because divide and conquer. So
for sure. The mask and the jab has become a lot of people are getting it just to see their family or just to stay at the work. Especially with interrelationships, it's become a real thing. I have a question, then take your time, but I think I'm gonna give you your own video, because I think that was excellent, and the trucker thing's huge to actually talk to someone who's doing what you're doing. You're a legend. I think you're cooler than any celebrity right now.
Bow down in the presence of greatness.
I feel like this video is going to get a lot of views as well. So you're not only going to be
Anomaly with a big O.
You're also cooler. But in general, do you want me to tag your Instagram, or do you want me not to?
Yeah, you can tag me, brother. Yeah, I'm all good. Yep.
Okay.
Same thing with you, man. I've actually been following you for years and years and years, when you used to do a lot of different stuff, and I think they're more like comedy clips and stuff like that, and I've seen your growth in this process as well. I think I started seeing a bit more growth with you when Trump came into power, and you started taking a stance on your beliefs. So I kind of feel a little bit starstruck to even be here talking to you, to be honest.
Ah, it's so cute.
Oh man, you killed it, man. It's dope that the stars align like that. But I mean,
That's right,
the Australian story is huge. The trucker story is huge, and the fact that you're in the mix like that, just standing up for yourself. That's
yeah.
amazing. So, I'm just I think that's what makes my videos
Angels
good,
protect him, please.
I don't talk like a moron or like a liar, and just like everybody I'm having on, it's just so cool to see that they their story alone is so much more interesting. Like all these videos on Facebook, the Canada one, everything's getting like millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views, because it's seriously so much. Your entire story is so much more epic and interesting than anything on TV. So it's been a pleasure to share these stories, and it's
God
definitely
bless
cool how
you
everything
both.
aligns. So appreciate you on here. Any last words? Take your time, and then.